Hello, it's Fabio Malaspina with Patrick's on the Fly. Today I'll show you to tie the black bear green butt. It's a classic salmon fly. Hope you enjoyed the video and we'll see you next week.
Okay, when I tie the black bear green butt, I already put hook on my vise. This is an Orvis 1645 salmon hook in size 2. You can go all the way down to a size 8. I am going to use some chartreuse UTC thread in size 140. I'm going to start where the return wire ends, right here. I'm going to cut the butt end of the thread. I'm going to get some oval French tinsel, small, in silver, and I'm going to lay this along the hook shank to where about the return wire begins. Then I'm going to push this wire under the hook shank. We want this to be under the hook shank. I'm going to bring my thread back towards the eyelet of the hook, and then I'm going to palmer the silver French tinsel. I'm going to make about 4 or 5 wraps. I'm unwinding my thread, go over under the tinsel, applying some pressure. Then I'm going to measure and I'm going to cut this tinsel back to the return of the wire. And the reason I'm doing this is to make sure we have an even body here. Okay, then I'm going to start building the green butt part of the fly using my thread here. And we want that butt to be about twice the length of the silver spot that we just created. And we want it to be the same diameter of that silver tinsel. Already. Then I'm going to get a black ackle. I'm going to pull some fibers off of it to create the tail for this fly. I want to get about 20 of them. I'm going to do my darnest to align the tips, which is not an easy thing to do, but I think I got what I needed. I'm going to cut the butt ends off. And I'm going to lay them on top of the hook shank. Secure in place. Make sure they are in the middle of the hook. Like so. And when I bring my thread towards the eye of the hook, and you can see how much room I have left up front here. So always make sure you, whatever fly you tie, make sure you have enough room up front. You never want to crowd the eye. I'm going to use this chartreuse thread to make sure that I have an even body here. Then I'm going to apply some more of that French tinsel. I'm going to tie this under the hook shank like we've done before. And now I'm going to again use my thread here to build an even body. Just want to make sure there are no unsightly bumps. Okay, now I can tie off the chartreuse thread. And again, pay attention to how much room I've left up front. Now I'm going to get some black thread. You can use a 6/0, you know, whatever you have should work. I'm going to start right here. I'm going to start covering the chartreuse thread. I'm going to cut the butt end. Then I'm going to get some black floss. I'm going to get 4 or 5 inches, 6, maybe 6. I'm going to tie in the butt end of the floss right here. Then I'm going to start palmering it along the chartreuse body. And as I go, I bring the floss from my right end to my left end. I'm going to go all the way to the base of that tail. And then I'm going to come back all the way towards the eyelet of the hook. Again, I'm always making sure that there are no unsightly bumps, and that all that chartreuse thread is being covered. Okay, I got back to my starting point. I'm going to go over with my black thread to lock the floss in place. I'm going to turn my hook and then cut the butt end of the floss. Just making another couple of wraps here to make sure that everything's in place. Now I'm going to start palmering that silver French tinsel. Usually salmon flies, they want 5 wraps of this, so I got 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to go under with my thread and lock that tinsel in place. And cut that tinsel off. Okay, now I'm going to turn the hook upside down, and we're going to put a throat, again using black hackle fibers. You know, I don't like that feather. Let me get another one here. Let me get this one here. I'm going to get a large chunk of hackle fibers here. Again, making sure that they are aligned. as best as I can. Okay, and we want those fibers to be as long as get as close as possible to the hook point. I'm gonna cut these butt ends here, and I'm gonna use my thread to lock them in place. I'm gonna add some more. I'm gonna cut these also. I'm gonna cut the butt ends. Okay. You know, the second bunch I put is longer, so I'm gonna adjust that. I'm gonna make a couple of loops, thread wraps under it to keep it more away from the body. Okay. So the recipe calls for the wing to be made with black bear fur. It's very difficult to find good black bear fur, and I'm going to replace that with possum black hair, which I have some right here. I'm going to get a clump here. And how much you put, it's up to you. Usually get more because usually there's in any kind of fur there's under fur. So now I got the fur by the tips, and I'm going to pull the under fur off. And we want this to be about the length of the tail that we put in place. So now I'm gonna grab my scissors again, cut the excess of the that fur. It's always easier to do it before you put it on than doing it later. You'll get a much cleaner, more satisfying to look results. Look at results. So now I'm going to build the head of the fly. And again, as you can see, because I left some room up front, I am not crowning the eye. The fly is gonna be, it's gonna look nicer, and you like the results better. I want to make a couple of whip finishing loops here. One more. I'm going to build that, add a little more up here, like so. And again, I'm going to make my last whip finishing operation here. I'm going to pull on my thread, cut that thread as close as possible. Then you can get your varnish. I like UV resin, so I'm going to apply some UV resin just on the thread, so don't apply on the eyelet or on the fur. There's something sticking out here. Let me cut that off. Okay, and now I'm going to cure that UV resin with my UV light. Alrighty, there's the black bear green butt. I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next week.